Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Hope with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till we count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beat. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, oh, I need some more, a nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm too geek. Walking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy, or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island, cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island, cause I look my love and choose it. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit.
So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys
I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
with them knives.
Dope boy now.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water water till it's hot. Listen double up, turn a look to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, take an order. Left hand 360 motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long live to the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, I get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number 1, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gone on, get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day the sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gonna stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take the road with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you bitch to go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipping. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Niggas ain't real, nigga. You gotta feel me, nigga. Smile in my face behind my back, you tryna kill me, nigga. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? You screaming, fuck me, now nigga, fuck you. You ain't hard at me. Couple kick dough, couple robbery. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater man, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is, motherfucker MB3? I honestly pay him no attention. They up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck a D. State gang, true sipper, who these niggas wanna be. I've been getting money since a younger. I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. They no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the gun locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the gun locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Old school bitch, call her Aretha. Shawty so fine, shawty she a keeper. Smoke that reefer, preferred by the quarter. I do this for my kids, my sons and my daughter. Get treated like a king. Hoes call me sire. One look like Lotto, the other look like Maya. My plug, he ain't playing, he only talking the numbers. I cop it, whip it and ship it. My money coming in bundles. Different flavors of kush, orange, grape, and apple. If a nigga trap me, it's gonna be a disaster. Dope money and bitches, pimp robbers and snitches. It's all in my hood. My homies say that I'm gifted, I really can't complain. Shit's starting to change, a product of my environment. Tell me who can I blame? Neck like a glacier, bought my shawty a bracelet. Money go glitter, that's why these niggas be hating. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipper. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Good garbage Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Good garbage Saturday. I mean, did I say that's it? Yeah, I said Saturday evening. How the hell y'all doing? I ain't gonna hold y'all. I felt like trolling. I did Anton Daniels later. I was on Cellulite podcast earlier. And I just his rant was so goddamn refreshing. He pulled the meat. He was like, "Hey, this be your first time up here. I'm sorry I had to cut up like him." Like, hey, I would have did the same goddamn thing if niggas was in the chat trolling me, especially when I'm being respectful to. Okay, the situation was it was a guy on his panel. The guy that was on his panel was streaming to his audience. Now, the guy that was streaming to his audience was being disrespectful to the host, but the host was being respectful to the guy that was on his panel, but his audience didn't see it that way. And so his audience was saying mean shit. And so when he finally addressed his audience, dude got offended and was like he was gonna leave, but he's seeing his audience talking shit the whole time, and he ain't tell them to chill. So I was like, I would have did the same thing, G. But I'm being petty, so this is a 5-hour long live, and we didn't get through it. And then somewhere in this live, she tells everybody that she protected Umar when the fire department came in. So I'm being petty. And Lanea, as I told you, every time I go back to this video, I tag Lennon in it. I don't tag you, I tag him. Because it's the reason he left that motherfucker up. And so until he take it down, I'm going to keep playing it. It don't even matter if he take it down at this point because I already got it recorded. But yeah, I'm trolling you right now. And then you're supposed to be going live talking about EFI in a few minutes. So yeah, I just wanted to troll you. But that's what we're doing, y'all. We just about to be messy. That's all. Nothing major.
Got the nerve to tell me that her other son, who is a young adult, was going to stand in for her at, I don't know what that means. That's an IEP meeting. Are you serious? Your son has, well, he's even telling the business. It's always in trouble. It's always in trouble. And you're willingly missed the meeting to chase Shango Stick in Philadelphia.
He always telling the business. The only reason this nigga responded to y'all is because y'all was on there telling the business. But he always telling the business. You ain't being fair, Lemonhead. Come on, that Lemonhead. You being fair now though, because you done kept it up. What the fuck?
If you live such and such and know such and such father, please have him call Dr. Umar. I will help the man get his son's IEP services in order for free. He needs to get custody of his son from this woman. Wow, this is very vindictive. You have a lawsuit against that school. However, and he gives your name, I forgot to redact that, is too thirsty chasing the P word to help her son. Can you break this down?
Oh, he is so misled. This is why I always feed hungry people bullshit. So first of all, we don't have a lawsuit with the school district.
He didn't say y'all had a pending lawsuit with the district. What he was saying was because of what they've been doing to your son, y'all could sue the school district. He didn't say y'all had one pending. Okay, let me be quiet because we didn't heard this before, and I think I commentated on it already too.
That's first. Second of all, there's not going to be any custody because me and my kid's father get along tremendously. But
he wasn't at your oldest son graduation though. Damn it, I had the wrong button.
We had some disagreements when I first met him about how to handle my son, which is part of co-parenting.
Wait, what? You and your baby daddy had some disagreements about how to handle your son.
We had some disagreements when I first met him about how.
Okay, no. So you had some disagreements when you first met Umar about how to handle your son, but you don't show anything that corroborates that. In fact, what you showed was Umar ignored the fuck out of you when you said, "Hey, yo, I want to talk to you about my son IEP." You said he ignored you. And then you said when you was on the phone at his table at his house having an IEP meeting, he was jealous that nobody was excited he was on the phone and his input wasn't asked for. But now y'all had a disagreement about the care for your son. But also in other interviews, you said, I wouldn't listen to Umar. Umar wouldn't even give me no goddamn referral. But y'all had a disagreement about the care of your son. This did not age well, Lanea. This does not age well at all. Shout out to Lennon for keeping it up.
How to handle my son, which is part of co-parenting. He would know that if he did that. And the thing about it was I never missed an IEP meeting. That's why we were.
Because you couldn't have had a disagreement with your baby dad about how to raise your son when you first met. Y'all couldn't have had a disagreement about that because according to you, all three of your kids are by the same nigga. I'm seriously doubting it. If they are by different niggas, I ain't judge you. I got 4 kids by 4 women. I ain't got no reason to talk, but I'm not gonna lie about it like all my kids about one. Like if you have to lie about that must mean you ashamed. Just like you said you had your first child when you was 18, and you actually had your second child at 18. You could have been saying that you had your son at 18, but you called him the first child. Now, you could have been saying your first son, but that's why people only thought you had 2 kids and not 3 because of what you said on one interview that you had your first child at 18. And that would have been your second child. But if you were saying your first son, cool, but you ain't say that because I specifically remember the white woman and her husband, the black guy, asked you what your family life was like. And when you had your first child, you said, I had my first child at 18, not 14. That's why I was shocked when I was like, wait, she got 3 kids? And then I was like, the daughter missing. And I was saying she missing because I hadn't heard any story. And this bitch came online and told y'all a story about her daughter was actually missing. And she called the police and shit. But she was missing as an adult, though, not as a kid. She was missing as an adult.
Trying to get the teacher involved. He knew about my son's situation, and he never once, and I sent you all of our texts, he never wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if Umar never wanted to talk about it, so you saying you and your baby dad had disagreements about how to raise y'all son when you had him, but y'all had already had 2 kids previously, so I don't even get it. Because she had to been talking about, I thought she was talking about Umar, but clearly she was talking about her baby daddy because she said that's part of co-parenting. Arguing about a baby before you even have the baby is part of co-parenting, apparently. All right. And then she said Umar didn't care, but you still fucked him. This nigga didn't. I'm just saying, me at 43, if a bitch don't like my child, I can't fuck with her. You know why? Because I'm scared she may do something to my child. If you don't like her, then you may do something to her. So I'm good. Now, not you though. These niggas can steal from your kids, ignore them and everything, and you still gonna suck their
Never wanted to talk about it. This is your expertise. That's why I brought up in the last one. If you're a mechanic and me and you are, laying together, it's only right. I'm gonna bring up the check.
And you're absolutely right. If you fucking the mechanic and your car go out, you supposed to go to the mechanic. But if the mechanic is not showing you that he gonna fix your car, you don't still keep fucking the nigga. Or do you? Now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, she telling y'all this as a 40-something-year-old woman. This was last year. She was 43, I guess. She's 43. She's 44 now. I guess she's be 45, whatever the fuck it was. She was 43, 44, telling y'all this story. And then when she fucked Umar, she would have been 41, 42. And she doesn't have the brain capacity to be able to not fuck this nigga. Let's just keep it real. If Umar Johnson was not Umar Johnson, if he was Jermaine Shoemake, a regular nigga in Kansas City, he would not have gotten his dick sucked by this woman. She wouldn't have took care of his goddamn mama. The fact that he was who he was is the only reason she did this shit. She cannot tell you anybody else in life who mama she done took care of. Not a one. I bet she ain't taking care of her ex-nigga mama. Why you don't want to be your ex-nigga mama friend? Why you don't want to help him out? It's just a strange nigga who just so happened to be famous.
Engine light is on. But we use other sources because my son has already seen someone that's reputable.
Y'all can tell she lying right there. She didn't know what the fuck she wanted to say. She trying to. I don't know why you feeling the need to stunt. If you felt uncomfortable discussing this, you should have told Lennon to keep it out.
So I just stopped bringing him into the space anyway, and his methods were not effective.
Into what space, bitch? What space? I'm tired of you saying that shit. What space? You ain't want to bring you what? Hold on, motherfucking space. What goddamn space? And what? He never came in your space, bitch. Umar said, fuck your son. He did not do anything. Damn it, I stopped screen share. Umar did not say anything to you, ma'am. He said, fuck your son. What space did you bring him in? Umar, your son was already seeing somebody reputable. So why in the fuck did you reach out to Umar Johnson in the first place unless you wanted some dick? If he was already seeing somebody reputable when you reached out to him from the Breakfast Club, why did you hit him up talking about your motherfucking son? If the reputable person was already working. Somebody ask you, we ain't got no answers for that goddamn question. We ain't got none. This bitch was lying. Let me let y'all see the date on this. Let me let y'all see the date on this here. It's still up too, by the way. If any one of y'all want to go over there and review it. Umar Johnson shook after Lanea shares unimaginable secrets. Now, she had already shared unimaginable secrets, and Umar Johnson got shook and responded. But Umar is wrong for responding to the unimaginable secrets she had already shared. She had already said the man mama pussy was stanky. The man was funky. He like fingers in his booty. He fuck with trannies. She had said all this bullshit. He's a predator. She said all this bullshit. And then when he responded, he shook. Okay, but y'all see that. July 13th, 2025. You lying, you little lying bitch.
And his methods were not effective from his lectures. So I decided not to use him.
Wait, hold up. When did you determine that Umar's methods from his lectures weren't effective? Was that before you fucked the nigga or after? Was that before you reached out to him after seeing him on the Breakfast Club and he ignored you, or after? Because it don't make no sense that you reached out to a nigga who you said methods are ineffective and your son was seeing somebody that was the best already. So why reach out to him unless you wanted to fuck him? You can't have it both ways. Because if your son was already receiving the best health, and then how would you know Umar's methods that he teaches is ineffective when you said you didn't even know who the nigga was until your son brought him to you? You wouldn't have had time to test his methods between the Breakfast Club interview and him doing a goddamn lecture in your city. You wouldn't have had time to do that. That was like, what, a 5-month span? You had time to see if his shit worked. And then you said, nah, your shit don't work, but I'm still going to text you asking you about my son. And then you go ignore my son and say, hey, if I come speak, will you host it? And then you said, yeah, I will. Then he stole your son endowment check. And y'all said, hey, did you steal my son endowment check? Just look. And he was like, bitch, please. And he went on home. And then he called you, was like, hey, yo, bitch, you want to throw me a boot camp? And you was like, yes, anything for you, Umar. But the boot camp didn't come to fruition. So then the boot camp didn't come to fruition. He stole the endowment check. He was like, hey, you want to come suck my dick? And you was like, sure. And you went up there to Philly for 4 days. And you sucked his dick. I don't understand how any of this shit started according to you.
Really what he wanted was to get at my kid's father. Yeah. He wanted to make this something that it's not going to turn into. You know, real is just what it is. What it is.
Yeah, it's almost as if Umar.
Your kid's father wasn't at their graduation, Lanea. I just between, but look at me. Between you and me, I know your kid's father was not at their graduation. I got an 18-year-old that's graduating in a couple months. You know where I'm going to be at and where I'm going to have pictures at. You guessed it, the graduation. My 14-year-old graduates. You know where I'm going to be at. You guessed it, the graduation. When my daughter graduated kindergarten last year, you know where I was. You guessed it, graduation. I'm just saying. Even if I don't like they goddamn mama, I'ma still show up for my goddamn child. That's just me. That's just me. Everybody ain't the same. I ain't knocking him for doing it. My daddy wasn't in my graduation. The nigga was there when I left a couple months later to go to the military, but at the actual graduation, he wasn't there. Didn't bother me. I personally, I'm gonna show up. It's just me.
Assume that.
So why I'm pointing out how your kid daddy wasn't there, I can say my daddy wasn't there. Don't bother me. I don't know why you embarrassed. That's an issue between your son and his daddy. But you upset that I pointed out he wasn't there. He was there, y'all. We took 200 goddamn pictures. He just didn't want to be in one. He not photogenic, y'all. What? You don't want one picture with your son? All right, cool.
Somehow your son's father would have already has many issues with you, so that if he was able to contact your son's father, that he would become an ally against you.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I mean, he's a business owner. He's a dope guy. We get into. We have.
That shit's so basic. He a business owner. He's a dope guy. So what? Like, I don't know why niggas think being business owners is the end all be all. Like, I would have rather you said he's the executive of a Fortune 500 company than saying he's a business owner, because we know all business owners aren't fucking successful. But just throw that out there because that sounds cool in the black space, as she would say. I'm a business owner. Did you make profit last year? No. Have you ever been profitable? No. So what purpose is telling us you're a failure at business? But anyway.
Not even get into it. We just have things where we don't agree with like the co-parenting is two different homes. But my son was actually going there. That's why he was I was in Philly and he was here.
No, your son was going there. Then another one, her baby dad had custody of him. But your son was going to his daddy, but his daddy was out of town. That is the craziest shit in the world. So both of y'all failed him.
Here, my ex was on a trip, so when he come back in, he was going to take my son. But
what? Your ex was on a trip, but when he got back, he was going to take your son. He didn't know that the shit happened. That this was an emergency meeting because he called 911, man. But he was going to take him, but he was on a trip. You was sucking dick and he was on a trip. All right.
Agree with like the co-parenting is two different homes. But my son was actually going there. That's why he was I was in Philly and he was.
My son was going there with his daddy, but his daddy was on a trip. So his daddy left him at home by himself at 16 and autistic. 16 and autistic. His daddy left him at home by himself. That's what she just said, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not putting words in this bitch mouth. That's what the fuck she just said. She said they co-parent. Her son was going to the daddy house, but he was out of town. So I don't know how he was going to the daddy house, and the daddy was going to take him, but he was out of town. So essentially she's saying she went to go suck dick. So she left her 16-year-old son alone. The daddy, he went out of town and left the 16-year-old son alone. And the 20-some-year-old son had to step in and do what the actual parents could not do. And Umar wrong.
We just have things where
all Umar did was point out she wasn't shit. She threw her baby daddy under the bus so she wouldn't look bad.
I don't agree with like the co-parenting is two different homes. But my son was actually going there. That's why he was I was in Philly and he was here. My ex was on a trip. So when he come back in, he was going to take my son. But Umar doesn't know any of this because I don't talk to Umar. He doesn't have any in my business. I'm so in love with him. But
Umar know that your son had to take this nigga to the meeting and not his daddy. It says enough. You just gave a million motherfucking excuses for why your baby daddy wasn't there for the second son, but I'm supposed to believe this nigga was at the first son graduation. That man said, fuck you and them kids when he left. However old the oldest was, he said, fuck them kids when he left, man. He did. It's okay. It happens. It happened. It don't make you a bad person. It just make you a fat fucking bitch. I want to know what made bro be like, man, fuck this hoe and leave. If he had 3 kids by you, I want to know where he led. I want to know, do he think your pussy stink? Because you keep saying, I got an ex. We ain't heard from the ex. He might say your pussy stink too, then what? If her ex say her pussy stink, do we owe Umar an apology? That's all I'm saying.
He doesn't know anything that's going on that's verifiable in my life. And so I didn't tell him because I know his temperament. I know his type of people. I've been in his comment sections on his page. I know what you attract. I know what you like.
And you sucked his dick. He attract bitches like you.
I did do a meeting at his table while he was getting ready. I think.
Okay, what kind of meeting would she have done at his table? That would be an IEP meeting, because again, IEP meetings aren't held at the goddamn school. I done told y'all, I done fucked plenty of ghetto bitches who had badass kids, and right before I fucked them, they sitting on the couch and they having an hour-long conversation with about 5 different motherfuckers on the phone talking about this plan, your son doing this, your son doing that, and then they asking her questions and she got dick in her mouth and she had to stop pulling the dick out and be like, I heard y'all, that sound good. I've been there before. She was at Umar's table having this meeting. But which table though? Was it the hotel table or the table at his mama house? So you was in Philly having an IEP meeting at his mama house for you to take care of his mama. So it still make it look bad that you kept leaving your goddamn son to take care of this. Because this happened before this happened before Chunk made the call. Because you said they knew in the message. And the message to Umar that was on the screen, Lynn had, you said, they knew I was out of town because of the meeting that you describing at the table. So they knew you was out of town. And while you was out of town during that moment, I'm guessing taking care of his mama, he called the goddamn, he called 911. Your story don't make sense. I don't think she's talking about the table where his books were being sold. She had to be at his mama table, so he would go home. That's what I'm saying. She had IEP meetings at his table, and hell, that may have been why your son acted out, bitch, because you just abruptly left and went out of town. That may have been why he had that problem. He was missing his goddamn mama. No accountability for you, though. It's fine.
I did do a meeting at his table while he was getting ready. I think he was going out of town somewhere.
Okay, there you go. So if she was at his table and he was going out of town, she was up there to take care of this nigga's mama. Umar made it very clear when I'm at home, like it's business. So she was there. He was getting ready to go out of town. He was getting dressed, and she talking about he was jealous that they wasn't paying attention to him on this IEP meeting call that he didn't give a fuck that she had because he getting ready to go out of town. All he cared about was he had a mama sitter. So you left your son to go watch Umar mama. You had the IEP meeting at his table, and then it just so happened that your son had an issue while you were out of town. Now, according to you, his dad had custody. Now, you said this shit 8 months later. His dad had custody. Well, why in the fuck are you on the IEP meeting by yourself then? They wouldn't even talk to you. See, I have custody of my daughter because her mom is deceased. So they're not going to call the auntie or nobody else, motherfucker. They're going to call me first and discuss all issues with me. Now, if they can't reach me, then they'll call the emergency contacts that I have fucking listed. But they're going to contact me first. So they wouldn't have contacted you for your child's IEP meeting if your son's dad had custody of him. But continue with this charade. I'm just saying, Lenny, I don't know if you would, and you know, it don't even matter. I don't care if you knew or not. It's content. I'm never going to knock you for doing the content. I will knock you for pretending that you have high moral ground and you above this shit when you just like everybody else that does the content. If you just came out and said, man, this shit is content, fuck Umar, he did X, Y, and Z, sometimes it's going to get nasty. I ain't got nothing to say about you, G. But since you pretend, oh no, that's beyond the scope, but then you blatantly let motherfuckers lie, that ain't beyond the scope. You no different than Umar when he allowed people to lie on you in his defense. You're no different.
But it wasn't an official IEP meeting. It was I was calling around trying to get some.
It was an IEP meeting. You wouldn't have been calling around and managed to get a group of teachers on the goddamn phone. See how she wants to still not be honest about anything. That wasn't no IEP meeting, though. I was just calling around trying to get something together. Like what? Like what, bitch? And why you have to call around and get something together while you at Umar mama house finna take care of her? The stanky house. The house that's so stanky, you sitting at the table having the table that got toothbrushes and everything on it, it's just nasty and filled with everything. You sitting there having an IEP meeting as he put on his dashiki and his Timbos to go out of town to speak.
Something coordinated with the teachers, and he was trying to, only thing he did interject was something we already knew. Mm-hmm. You know, and I talked.
He wasn't supposed to interject anything, bitch. You was there to take care of his mama. He was not in an official capacity. And then you brought your personal business to the job, bitch. You should have been fired that day.
Muffled. I didn't like, hey, I got him here. Like, come in here and listen to this.
Why would you tell some random bitches that I got Umar Johnson here? Who does that? You on the phone. According to you, you on the phone trying to coordinate something with the teachers. Why the fuck do they care if Umar Johnson is there? That's your personal goddamn business.
None of that. I kept him completely out of everything. And I think that probably bothered him.
It bothered him that you asked for help for your son. You did not receive it because he said, fuck your child in the form of not responding. And you sucked his dick and he was offended. You kept him out your IEP meeting that particular day. And he was finna go out of town and make some money and you was watching his mama and he was offended. You said his methods and shit didn't work, but he offended that you kept him out of everything. You even said you and your baby daddy got into it over Umar Johnson, and he offended that you didn't bring him in. Like again, from the messages she put up, Umar never asked what her child's name was. He ain't even asked what the first little nigga name was that sent her, that gave her the video. He ain't give a fuck about your kids.
But he's good. I've never missed a meeting. I've never missed anything where it comes to my son. My son's he's going through his battle. That's what he went to school for. Why would you shame him? Why would you shame me?
What? And the same reason you shame Umar Johnson mama. You call Umar autistic all the time. If you think he autistic and you think he got mental health issues and mental health issues run through his family, why would you shame him? Then she said that's what he went to school for. What the? Oh, you said Umar went to school for psychology. Okay, I get it, because you had me confused there. But if I don't understand how niggas can smack you and then get mad when you just pull out the chopper and kill them. You shouldn't hit me. You cannot anticipate my response. But this is, why are you shaming him? The same reason you talked about this man, mama.
And then you want to sit up there and talk about you're here to help. I hope people are paying attention.
You said you was here to help his mama and you shamed her. I hope people are paying attention to this old ass bitch.
To this.
Yeah, there are people paying attention.
Man, you was breathing hard back then on the panel. See, the thing is, she tried to be hidden. She was Lanea Stacks the whole time she was out here. The first 3 times she was on Lennon's show, she was Lanea Stacks. Umar is the one who put Siobhan Stone out here. She ain't expect him to just come on out and dox her. So she thought she was hiding in the shadows behind that alias until he went on, oh no, Siobhan Stone, go through Kansas City, Missouri. And that kind of fucked her up. She ain't recovered from that since. She be trying to play it off, but she ain't recovered from that since.
What he's doing is just he's painting a false.
Hey man, you know how petty I am because you said ain't nobody talked about it in Kansas City. You like, ain't nobody ever came up to me, ma'am. Make me take up a collection so me and my supporters can get a throat goat Siobhan Stevens motherfucking billboard in Kansas City. That ain't against the law. Umar said you was the throat goat. I can have a picture of Umar with the text bubble that say throat goat and just put it on like 5 billboards in Kansas City, man. That I can do that. And then promote my YouTube channel at the same time. I will. I'm that type petty nigga. And put that motherfucker on the expressway. I put one like you. Well, you say you work the government job, so I get one near your government job. I get one near the school, because you said you don't give a fuck about this shit, and nobody ever had no issues. So we could put up about 4 or 5 and just see how you like the embarrassment, which you've already gotten, but you trying to say ain't nobody saying shit to you. We can make it happen. It's just a billboard. You did say you was the throat goat.
Narrative, but he has a history of that type of behavior, and not just with the women that he's dealt with, but he tends to paint false narratives about himself too.
Don't you put that man up. Y'all sent all of these people sent these resumes and sent your kids IEP. All you did was give him ammunition to work with you.
You said the same thing. And if you don't go on Lennon's panel talking about he like fingers in his booty and talk about his mama, I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, he won't say none of you. I'm just saying.
And to do scandalous stuff. And if it doesn't work out, then he's going to use that stuff and dox you. Mm-hmm. That's it. And my ex was actually mad, and I'm 1,000 times sorry that I even put him, because he.
Oh, who she say was mad?
And dox you. Mm-hmm. That's it. And my ex was actually mad, and I'm like,
your ex was mad. Well, how come your ex ain't pulled up to FDMG? If your ex was so mad, how come he ain't done nothing about it? He ain't done a video. He ain't sent an email, a tweet, pulled up, nothing. We ain't seen no viral moment with your ex saying, hey, bro, why you were playing with my bitch? We just got to take her word for it. And it's his ex. Why would the ex care? Why would the ex? Oh, she trying to say the ex care about him putting the IEP. The ex would be mad at you because you the one that sent Umar the note, you stupid bitch. You did not have to tell Umar that your son did something and that the people knew you was out of town and that your son did it on purpose. He's 16 and not 8. Umar didn't ask for that shit. You sent it to him. So if the baby daddy was mad at anybody, It would be at you, bitch, because you telling our son business to this new nigga. What the fuck is you telling this nigga our son business for? You supposed to be up there taking care of his mama. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this wasn't a personal trip that she was on when any of this happened. She was up there taking care of his mama. The Shango stick was already gone, but she wanted to see this nigga that much. She was willing to take care of his mama. And would get mad when he came back in town, was like, bitch, you gotta go. I'm finna send you back to the hotel. I had your flight booked for you in the morning. Good God, day. He already paid her. He wasn't trying to fuck her in the house. Her own stories say that he rushed her the fuck up out of there. This particular story, she's getting there. She's having an IEP meeting at his table. He getting ready to go out of town. When he tried to fuck her, she says he gets back in town. He rushed her up out that motherfucker. She was mad she didn't get a chance to wash her ass. When he trying to fuck you? Y'all only kicked it. You only went to his mama house 3 times. So when did he try to fuck you? And each time that you worked with him, he was going out of town. I'm just saying. But he tried to fuck her upstairs.
Thousand times sorry that I even put him, because he doesn't particularly care for Umar, but I was like, come on, we done tried, we done took him to the fort, we took him.
My baby daddy didn't care about Umar. We co-parent and everything, even though we argued about the care for my son before he was even born. But he ain't care for Umar. And I was like, come on, nigga, come on. Now, she telling her baby daddy, come on. Let's give Umar a chance. But she already told y'all her son had the best. He was represented by the best already. So why in the fuck did you need Umar? And why would you need to push your baby daddy into Umar when y'all already had someone? And you said Umar's methods wasn't effective. So you stopped an effective method to chase after this nigga whose method was ineffective, and he ignored you and your child.
Up to the army base. We took him everywhere to try to, get him someone to talk to. I'm very proactive in his care and stuff. And he didn't want to open up, so we tried this because I thought, he was a tall.
You tried what? Umar did not give you any advice on your motherfucking son. There was nothing to try. You sitting up there telling a goddamn lie.
Because my son is 16, but he's 6'2". So he's got some, things that he's dealing with as far as with being that tall. He's the tallest kid in the school. And plus he does have a form of autism. I don't know why he's trying to put that out to like shame. But yeah, he's okay. He's doing good. But his father and I, we are in it to win it. We're not in it to try to be against each other. His father has a girlfriend, and I'm seeing.
And that's what she bothered by. That nigga left her, got a new bitch immediately. And I'm seeing somebody. It wouldn't matter if you, why does it matter if you're single or seeing somebody? Like we don't look at you any differently because you have somebody or if you're single. We wouldn't look at you any differently. We still would call you a crazy bitch. The fact that you keep telling us you got a new nigga, and he listens to you talk about Umar all day on your channel and in other people's chats lets us know this nigga don't got shit going on for himself. That he would listen to you talk about fucking Umar and taking care of his mama. And then he would have to look at himself and be like, well, goddamn, what if this bitch get mad at me? Is she gonna go on her social media page and talk about me as well?
And someone, so we still get along good. I talk to him at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
The fact that you know how many times you talk to your goddamn baby daddy is bullshit. I don't even talk to I don't talk to now one of them motherfuckers that often. The three that's alive, I don't talk to them that often, but when I do, as y'all see, I called one on the show the other day to be like, you know, you a grandparent, and that shit was epic. I'm just saying, I don't know but 3 times a week with a 16-year-old. Imagine. I don't need to talk to my baby mama about my 14-year-old because he got a goddamn phone to tell me what the fuck is going on. Why do I need to talk to her?
You know?
Now, Umar, he did post.
At this point in the game, we already know the schedule, what time school is, what time practice is. There's like not a lot of communication that needs to go on between the parents when the kids are that old because the kids is letting you know what the fuck going on.
A picture of I mean,
why didn't I'm seeing this in the thing too, why I didn't report. Here's another thing, and I think I said this earlier. There are a lot of women that I have went out of town and I have helped them get out of bad situations with men. The situation that I walked into was not ideal for their children. I always try to talk to those women beforehand or talk to people before I just CPS.
First of all, that's some dumbass shit to say. You went to help some women that were getting their ass beat. Now, the women that are getting their ass beat, they trying to leave the situation. So why would you say you trying to give them a chance to fix something before you report it when you didn't know these whole situation before they called you to get you out to help, to get you out the situation, and they only called you because they're willing to leave and change the situation? But yeah, hold on. This the good part. This the good shit right here, y'all. This is what she tell us why she didn't report. Now keep in mind, this her 4th time on Lennon. I don't think she had been asked this question about Umar's mom in the previous 3 lives. So this is her first time seeing that question. Why you didn't report? And this is the answer she has when people saying, why you didn't report Umar's mama?
The situation that I walked into was not ideal.
She didn't never once say, I did report. She didn't say she reported. She said she got Umar a chance to fix it. Then she went further to say, I protected him. And just for the people for the timestamp, we're at 5120 on hold on, let me do that there. Burning your spot up, shawty. Burning your spot up. Yeah, Umar Johnson shook after Lanea shares unimaginable secrets. 51 minute and 20-second spot is where the good shit come in.
I'm seeing this in the thing too, why I didn't report. Here's another thing, and I think I said this earlier. There are a lot of women that I have went out of town and I have helped them get out of bad situations with men. The situation that I walked into was not ideal for their children. I always try to talk to those women beforehand or talk to people before I just CPS and start calling and reporting things. I tried, and you will see this because I gave receipts. I tried to talk to Umar. When the paramedic showed up, I tried to protect him, but I also tried to protect his mother. I tried to do everything that I was supposed to do in order, but people are insufferable, you know, and he didn't.
Wait, what? You tried to protect Umar, but you tried to protect his mom. How did you try to protect his mom if you had already felt like his mom was being neglected and she was sundowning and he wasn't taking care of her right, and she had bed sores and UTIs and stanky pussy and all of this other shit? How did you try to protect her at all, ma'am? Ooh, wee. Nasty work, ladies and gentlemen.
I tried, and you will see this because I gave receipts.
Hold on, y'all. I'm an asshole. Let me put her in slow motion for y'all. Hold on. Let me chop and screw this. I gotta chop and screw this part, y'all. Let me see if this is screwed enough.
Tried to talk to Umar. When the paramedic showed up, I tried to protect him, but I also tried to protect his mother. I tried to do everything that I was to protect his mom. I tried to protect him, but I also talked to Umar. When the paramedics showed up, I tried to protect him, but I also.
Lennon, why the fuck you over there shaking your goddamn head? Lennon, why is you shaking your head when you didn't listen to this bitch tell you for 3 goddamn shows how bad Umar was treating his mama, and then when she tell you I tried to protect him, you say, oh, Lanea, this is light work, it's practice. I told you, bitch, like if you don't like me, put a spell on me, bitch. Put me in a jar and bury me in the cemetery, ho. Let's see how that works.
Also tried to protect his mother. I tried to do everything that I was supposed to do in order, but people are insufferable, and
You tried to do everything that you were supposed to do, but notice, ladies and gentlemen, she never said that she reported him. Never. Never. She never said she reported him. She never said it, family.
he didn't want to talk about the situation. He came into the house, he didn't want to talk about it at all. He has like that avoidance technique.
Ma'am, when he came in the house, it was time for you to go, bitch, and then you dropped his mama. Ain't nothing to say, ho, you fired. You fired. She expected Umar to come in from out the country after she done dropped his goddamn mama. He don't give a fuck the fire department was called because you had to get her up off the floor. Ain't nothing wrong with her at that goddamn house. But he is mad that you dropped his motherfucking mama and you want him to have a conversation with you? No, bitch, you fired. I'm finna call this Uber. You finna go to this hotel before I cuss your motherfucking ass out and possibly put hands on you because you dropped my motherfucking mama.
What I was telling you. So no, that's not my first thing, but I'm not going to let anybody sit in a situation he's not a.
So she didn't call. That's not her first thing to do is to call. So you're an enabler. You're an enabler.
Available to it, so we have to go to a different measure.
Mm-hmm. So, there's quite a few people that asked that question. In other words, from what I understand with you, it sounds as if you were trying to figure out a way to fix this with Umar instead of calling authorities.
Yeah, I thought that was the point of me.
So she did not call the authorities. She's questioning, double down on, did you call the authorities? No, I ain't called the authorities. I tried to give him a chance to fix it. Fast forward 8 months later, though, I called. I just couldn't let him know I called. It wouldn't have mattered, man. You ain't been around that woman since March of 2025. When did you call? What date did you call? She's never even given y'all a date that she called. Because if she called before she dropped his mama and she was still in that man's goddamn house taking his money and she knows she had called on him, she's a dirty bitch. Why even go back? Call and stay the fuck away. But you went back and took the money and was pretending to be his friend and also trying to get him to strike Lennon at the same goddamn time. You's just a grimy, slimy, gutter, fat, bad shape, bald-headed ass bitch. That's what you are. You are not to be trusted at all.
I mean, if you look at the text message, that was the point of our thought of me coming in. Mm-hmm. It seems like in the text messages, he's more worried about, I even cut off the physical with him. I'm like,
no, you didn't, ma'am. You continued to, ma'am, y'all had 1 weekend of sex. Everything else was just freaky shit on the phone. You started realizing when you was talking to this nigga about anything else, he wouldn't respond. So you would get one emoji when the nigga when you would talk freaky to him, but still, like, all your freaky messages went unanswered. All of them. I thought that was the point of me coming in to help. Ma'am, you understood, because you even showed the text messages, you dumb bitch, where you said you only seem to want me to take care of your mama. And yet you kept going. Your women's intuition kicked in that you were being used, and you said, okay, I'm gonna be this nigga friend, and we're supposed to feel sorry for you. Why, as a 40-something-year-old bitch? I don't even feel sorry for the 25-year-old, but she made, goddamn it, better choices than you. She ain't clinging to Umar like that. She ain't trying to figure out who this nigga done fucked and shit. She was in it for the money, and she fucked the nigga, but at least she did. I expected her to do it because she young. She kept receipts, actual receipts. Fuck text messages. Other than to show her and Umar did hook up, she showed the actual house, the shit that you was talking about. She actually showed it. And I think she actually showed the inside of the house to prove that you was a lying bitch. She don't like you. And you pointed that out. You was like, I don't know why she don't like me, but she said in the interview, I don't care for Siobhan. She don't care for you because you came out there talking about that man mama for no reason, just because he stopped fucking you. She did it for the clout. She don't give a fuck about that man mama. She did it for the goddamn clout, and she also said Umar had cut the money off too. I'm just saying. But she did a better job of it than you, and it's expected out of her because she fucking 25. You have no excuses. You've been having dicks put in you since you was 14 and conceived your first child. There is no excuses for you being this gullible unless you just gonna tell the American public you's a dumb bitch. That's the only thing it could be. Either you slow or you wanted it. Them is your two options, Lanea. Which is it? You're slow or you wanted this shit? Thank you for the super chat. I would read that motherfucker, but my contacts are blurry. I can't see the screen. Hold on, let me on my phone. I'll read it after these messages.
We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
Oh shit, that was on Petticoat. Hold on, I gotta change the. That's definitely on Petticoat because it's not in the MoneyBoy trade chat. I subscribed to you when you first started calling this lady out. I knew something was off with her. I stopped my membership with Lennon after this. I think again, my take with Lennon is totally different because again, I'm the content creator, and at the core, I'm always side with content creators doing what's best for them to get their money. My issue with Lennon ain't him talking about Umar, not him letting bitches get in on Umar and talk shit, because he got reason to, but it's the I'm better than you complex, but you doing the same thing. The same thing I told the gentleman on the Sell Your Life podcast. I'm like, if you trying to say it's wrong for motherfuckers to hurl insults at you, why would you hurl insults back so you can look just like them? Like, stop. If you gonna hurl insults back, stop complaining about people doing it to you. The only way you should be complaining about somebody constantly throwing insults at you is if they're throwing them and you're ignoring them. But if you're going to partake in the same goddamn behavior, shut the fuck up and just do mutual combat. I don't like that victim ass shit. You know, no, you can't do it. If we both doing it, what's the problem?
No, we can just, because I don't.
That's my issue with Lennon. He act like he ain't above doing the fuck shit, and he actually does. But other than that, I don't have no problem with him doing this content. Make your money.
want this to get weird. And I said this on the last one. I didn't want any more physical from him. I wasn't dying about not being with him.
Rim, you heard that? She said that on the last interview. The last interview with Lennon, she said, because this was before Tasha K. She said that on the last view that she had took the shit off.
Or anything like that. I was like, we could just focus on this. We'll get you together, get the house, cleaned up, get everything together.
You never got the house cleaned up though, because you dropped his mama.
Together. He didn't want to deal with it. Even after this man did me like this, I still sent him, hey, why don't we get a...
He didn't do anything to you. You said he was mean as shit, but we don't see any text messages showing how he was mean to you. Like, do y'all, other than him saying, you little demon, do what you gonna do and move on. What was he doing to you that was mean, ma'am? You ain't gave us one thing that he did that was mean. You ain't showed a text message. And the man said, why don't you take your crazy ass on, bitch? Just whatever you gonna do. He probably was saying, if you gonna go on Lemon Head page, man, go do what the fuck you gonna do, you little demon bitch. Go on. I'm ready for it. But what did he do to what? Show us. You showed messages where you said, I got to mean you and everybody else online get the better of you. What did he do to you? What did he say? He didn't punch you. He called you a demon instead of a bitch. And he goes and he ignored 90% of your text messages. What did he do to you? Is that what you saying was so bad? He was mean to you because he ghosted you? Because he got 1,000 motherfuckers texting his phone every goddamn day?
Portable washer and dryer that we can stick in that big old bathroom of yours so that you don't have pissy sheets and stuff hanging up.
No, if he don't have a portable washer and dryer, how does the Prince of Pan-Africanism get his mama's clothes washed then? No, I'm saying so. If he doesn't have a washer at this juncture, because you said a portable one, how is he washing the clothes? Because you said he had bags of clothes for her to, you had to go look for shit. It was bags of stuff, but you were like, if I needed the gown, I had to go to this bag and this bag. So laundry's being done. So if the laundry is being done, what is it your concern if he's going to the laundromat or if he has a washer and dryer, a portable washer and dryer? Okay.
And
You's a bossy old lady.
And going pollinating through the house, you could just take them and put them straight into the washing machine. That's why I said he had the perfect person to come into the situation to help him get it together.
The perfect person? Who does this bitch think she is? What's that white lady name? Who this bitch thinks she is? Martha Stewart? He had the perfect person to come in and cook and clean and suck his penis and take care of his mother and take care of his daughter and rub his feet. The perfect person, y'all. But she's supposed to expect that we're not supposed to believe she had feelings for this nigga. What you want to be this nigga's personal assistant?
Together. He didn't want to get it together. And that's why we're here. Or one of the reasons.
I think though too that it wasn't so much that he wanted to get it together. It's just that he saw you as someone that as a resource that he could use you to not only take care of his mother while he was away, but then there was also the sexual.
And she allowed it, and they weren't fucking like that, Lennon. Them four, I honestly believe the only sex they had took place in 2024. I honestly believe it. But if she allowed herself to be used, why do you care? Fuck her. She allowed it. She verbalized it via text that she knew she was being used and she was okay with it. How you gonna be mad?
peaceful, he can, basically have sex with you. But once you cut that off, and I saw this in the emails, the nature of the relationship totally changed.
She didn't cut it off though. How do you cut some sex off from another goddamn city? We only fucked once. I wasn't trying to fuck you no more. How do you cut it off? Okay, so by her story, she cut the sex off and the nature of the relationship changed. He stopped responding to her until one day he needed her to take care of his mama. Why would she go then? She took the sex off. She realized, since I'm not fucking this nigga, he really not interested in me. Why would she go unless she was going thinking that if I take care of this nigga's mama, maybe he will be interested in me? Going by her logic of her taking the sex off the table.
Yeah, he didn't want, like I wasn't dying to sleep with this man. I said, hey, look, we could just work on this, because it's kind of like I got my son, and I'm running out of town trying to be up under some man. But
that's exactly what the fuck Umar said. That's what Umar said. Whether you was trying to be up under him or take care of his mama, you left his goddamn son. Then your fat funky ass had the nerve to tell Mary Ann, I hope you would understand that I got a son and I can't just jump up and come to Ohio to do an interview. Well, you left your son and jumped up and went to Philly to suck Umar dick and take care of his mama. You can't do that for Mary Ann, though, for the fellow sister victim. You ain't got time for that. You had time to jump your ass on 27 goddamn interviews. I don't know why neither one of you stupid motherfuckers thought, well, let's just do a link. You can hit my link. We could do it. We can still do the interview. We just had to do it on StreamYards. I don't know why neither one of y'all thought that. Maybe Mary Ann thought that she was going to have an exclusive with you, but who would have really cared? Who would have cared?
That's not how it was. I sat down my kids' entire life. I didn't date or anything. I focused on raising my children. That was my choice.
That's the lie. She said her entire life, bitch, you had kids at 14. Then you had your next one at 18. And then you said you and your baby daddy been broke up for 5 years. So how in the fuck did you sit down? And if you did, so like, bitch, that ain't no commendable thing. That's what the fuck you were supposed to do. If you wanted to run the streets, you shouldn't have had no goddamn kids. I sat down my kid's entire life. Well, ma'am, if your kid is not an adult, who gives a fuck? You started giving the puss up 2 years too early. My whole life I sat down. Bitch, you started taking dick at 14. Not only did you take the dick, you got pregnant, bitch. You got pregnant. I wonder if you and your baby daddy the same age. That would be an interesting thing there, since you run around calling Umar a predator all the time. Was you and your baby daddy both young and fucking, was your baby daddy one of them 19, 20-year-olds that got you pregnant at 14? I got questions. I'm an inquisitive motherfucker. I just be asking questions. Don't pay me no mind, Lanea, even though I do know you're going to make a community post or you're going to go live and reference that question right there. All I'm going to say to you is, well, if you don't like me bringing up if your baby daddy is a possible predator with no proof or evidence, why in the fuck would you keep doing that to somebody else? Then you got to realize you got 2 sons, and females can do the very same shit that you're doing to another nigga to your sons. How would you feel if a bitch is lying on your sons like this on the internet? Thank you for the $5 super chat.
We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
If you go back and check, I think he stopped responding to her around the time he started talking to the younger girl. That's why Lanea Stacks wanted to be there. Now, I agree, but I disagree because no matter what time it was, this nigga was barely responding to this bitch. Whether it was 2023 when he ignored the calls for her son, and he said, throw me a show, whether it was her just saying a whole bunch of shit and my nigga said good God every day from some park, that nigga was ignoring the fuck out of her until he needed something like his mom. But he really started ignoring her after she dropped his mama. In his mind, he made up, okay, I'm through with this bitch. He may not have verbally told her that I'm done with you because you dropped my mama, but in his mind, that was it. He came out on video where he said, you can't take care of my mama. I can't fuck with you. We already wasn't fucking no way. And the one job you had, you sucked it. She admitted that she dropped the nigga mama. She admitted that she was asking questions and shit, talking about she was WebMD and Googling shit. She was annoying.
Before I met Umar, I was 4 years celibate, or not celibate, but I was 4 years sustaining because I wanted to sit down and I wanted to focus on a project. It wasn't even about my kids. It was about a project.
Well, why would you need to sustain for 4 years if for your whole life you sat down and raised your kids? And then this project, she gonna tell y'all she sat down for 4 years to work on a project that never got completed. So that was just a waste of time. But the project did get completed when Umar came to speak. So I'm so fucking confused. The project wasn't completed, but it was completed when she passed the business on to her son. And I think the business is the Cash App that she had scrolling across the bottom of her goddamn screen all the time. Even though she ain't doing this shit for money and she got all the money in the world. Got to put that Cash App up, but tell everybody else stay begging when they do it. Niggas just started streaming and got a Cash App up and talking about motherfuckers who been doing this shit for years and built them up a fan base to be able to ask for a motherfucking Cash App.
That I wanted. My kids have never seen me date men or anything. So what the narratives he's trying to push,
they saying you date Umar, bitch. Or at least they know you sucked his dick. They can't even say you dated him. They just got to say you sucked his dick.
really don't match up. I wasn't promiscuous before you. I'm not gonna be that after you. Yeah. But when I'm 40.
But you got a new nigga though. You had it. As soon as you, according to your story, as soon as you and your ex broke up, you got with a physician and fucked him for a year before you went 4 years celibate to give Umar the pussy. And then after you gave Umar the pussy and y'all stopped, you was in Florida at a gala with a new nigga fucking him. But you're not promiscuous though. All right then.
3 years old.
That's 3 niggas in a 4-year span. And 2 of you didn't know at all. You just was, fuck it, you didn't know none of these niggas. You fucked the physician immediately after. You fucked Umar without knowing him. And you fucked the new nigga that you said was at the Florida gala. You just giving your pussy away to anybody. And you an old bitch doing this. But I get it, your nest almost empty, spread your wings. Do you think, shawty? Stop acting like you pretty. If you a hoe, you a hoe.
I wanted to explore and so I decided to do that. And with the wrong person. I thought he was more mature because he had this education. I thought he was a different type of man.
What? Now again, hey, at what point did you start seeing all of this, man? Because you still kept dealing with him. You also said he was geeky, he was nerdy, he was awkward, but you thought he was different. But then in messages you're saying you're mean, but you thought he was different. And you peeped the scene and you always 2 steps ahead, but you thought he was different. Different from what? Different from what?
But this is my point. My point was I was not running all the way out, running out, trying to fly out of town just to be up under him. And the
ladies, moral of the story. It's your responsibility if you decide to give your pussy to an ain't shit nigga. It's not his, unless that nigga raped you, he didn't make you give him the pussy. You gave it to him willingly because you was attracted to something about this nigga. So when it comes out that he ain't shit and all that, you just have to accept the fact that you gave your pussy to an ain't shit nigga. You gotta complain. Men can't complain about giving our dick to ain't shit bitches and bitches using us. We can't. It don't look right. Niggas will tell us, that's your fault. You chose that bitch. We tried to tell you that bitch was a hoe. You didn't want to listen. Stop crying.
neglect my children. My son has an active father who was in the picture taking care.
He wasn't in the picture that day. You was in Philly sucking dick. And you wasn't even sucking dick. You was changing the pins, man. You was in Philly changing the pins, living in somebody else's filth. And your baby daddy, he was on a trip, and neither one of y'all could go to y'all son's meeting because he had disciplinary issues at school. The son who didn't have his brother had to go.
Care of him, and my son he was straight. He's straight. This was mommy time. So I went out of town and I had whatever I had. My son has an active father who was in the picture taking care of him.
Now keep in mind, we're not going to play here. What she's talking about is when her son called the fire department, 911. She said, this is mommy time. And we've already established that she was in Philly to take care of Umar mama. I guess it was mommy time. That's what she meant by mommy time. It was Umar's mommy time because it wasn't her. She didn't get no dick. She got no dick that trip. She changed the pins.
And my son he was straight. He's straight. This was mommy time. So I went out of town and I had whatever I had.
I have to ask. Do you think that maybe the idea of you said this before, it's almost like you wanted to help or save Umar.
I tried.
Yeah, but don't you think that that's I just have to say it.
It's the first time I'd have never seen Lennon be a man. It was the first time I'd have ever seen Lennon be a man. Like, you dumb bitch. How you want us to be mad that you tried to save Umar? I really did try to save him, y'all. I ain't like him, but I tried to save him, y'all.
Don't you think that's unreasonable?
Yeah, it is. Let me tell you, I'm looking back at those texts, Lennon, from every point, and this is my problem too in real life. I see people have issues, and I told you the reason why I'm like that. I was a single parent, and I know how it feels if you get.
How was you a single parent if you was with your baby daddy up to 5 years ago, ma'am? According to you raised your child. You had 3 kids by the same nigga, and he left out when your oldest son would have been, well, your son that was 16 at the time, he would have left when he was 11. But according to you, he would have been around for your 29-year-old and your 24-year-old. They would have been 21 and 26 respectively. So how the fuck were you a single parent if y'all co-parented all these times and y'all didn't split until the baby was 11? It's your story though. Like, however you want to spin it, but it just don't make sense if I'm just remembering the shit that you just said a few minutes ago in the same goddamn video.
just get a little bit of help. And so I could just get a ride to work for this whole week. You know what I'm saying? It's always something that little bit of help that could, change the trajectory of things. When I came in, I tried to help and do the event. Then I moved on. He brought something else to me.
Why did you need to try to help to do the event though, ma'am? Again, had you just said no to the event, none of this would be happening right now. Because according to you, you reached out to him about your son and he ignored you. You say he gave you a generic response. And then we see your text where you say, I got X, Y, and Z. Tell me what to do. I'll do anything. And my nigga said, good God, today, you want to throw me an event? I try. Why did you try to want to help this strange nigga that you only seen on the Breakfast Club once and you had no idea who the fuck he was? You felt special when he asked you that, even though he ignored your question about your son? It made you feel good on the inside. He said, throw me an event.
Then he brought something else to me, and he brought something else to me. I was changing all these different hats, trying to be helpful to him because I felt like that was the reason for the bigger, like that bigger persona that I was seeing, and I couldn't put my finger on what it was.
So you're blaming him for what you saw in him, even though you didn't ask him if that's what he wanted to be. He's supposed to just go with what you got laid out for him. You saw something in him more than he saw in himself, and you felt it was your. See, again, this is all shit she volunteered to do. This nigga didn't make her do nothing. He asked, and she obliged because she saw something in him.
This man could excel if only he just had somebody that wasn't interested. I didn't want to be a wife. I didn't want to be his girlfriend. All I wanted him.
You just wanted to fuck him. And yet you describe yourself as his ex-girlfriend.
To do was win. And I had that in text. I told him, I'll stay with your mom. I'll take care of her. Just go out there and run it. Just get it.
Okay, what were you going to get at the end? What was your reward for any of this at the end of the day? Just hypothetically speaking, if what you're saying is true, you just wanted him to win. Like you didn't want anything in return other than the personal knowledge that you helped Umar succeed. You didn't want no payment. You didn't want no fame. You didn't want no recognition. You didn't want no dick. You just, what was it for? Just your personal gratification? Because if so, I would have to ask you, how many other men have you done this for? Before Umar and after Umar, how many men have you done this for? You keep telling us you date all these famous niggas and you know all these famous people. The only famous name we keep hearing you say is Umar Johnson, though. That's strange. Famous people don't mind you saying their name because they fucking famous.
Not what he wanted. That's not what he wanted. So there's no other supporter that he has that was more down for him than I was.
And you just met the nigga though. You didn't even know this man. How did you all of a sudden become his most down supporter? And you just met this nigga via your son on the Breakfast Club, and you, according to you, you didn't know who the fuck he was, and now you was his #1 supporter? How narcissistic of you to think that people that have been around for a decade ain't his #1 supporter, and you a new bitch that found out about him on his 5th time on the Breakfast Club was his #1 fan.
I just think it's too much.
It is too much. It's too much. It got to be, when I saw that house, I said, oh, shit. I said, this is...
Oh, shit. And I went back 2 more times. When I saw that house, I was like, shit, Even though I told you, I help you with your mama, just do it. I stay here, I get the house. But when I saw it, I was like, shit, I really don't know how to clean up.
It's a mess. I said, okay, how do I deal with this? How would I take this large project and work it all the way down to the details?
Yeah, but why would you take that? That's just, it's too much. It's just too much.
Deflecting.
Cause she's a dumb bitch, Lennon. That's why. She was a dumb bitch that wanted to suck Umar Johnson dick. Mission accomplished. She sucked it. She got what she wanted. Her pussy just stank. Maybe if you use feminine wash, you wouldn't have had this problem. Speaking of which, Lanea, as per usual.
But I've never smelled a woman smell like that. But
your pussy stank. Your pussy stank. Your pussy stank. Your pussy stank. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. It takes the smell away. Na 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 na. Your pussy stink. Your pussy stink. Your pussy stink. Your pussy stink. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. Feminine wash. That smell away. Your pussy stink.
I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died. She smelled like an old fish tank. You ever smell a fish tank that somebody ain't cleaned in like 2 years? They got goldfish in there, they got all kind of fish, and it ain't been cleaned in years. That's what she smelled like when she took off those funky ass drawers. Her drawers were so old and so funky that I thought it was a wife beater. That's how stretched out her drawers was. Her drawers were so old and so funky, I thought her underwear was a slingshot. Her drawers were so funky and so stank, brothers and sisters, that I thought it was a wife beater, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect. So when she said, it's my turn, after she got finished swallowing the Shango, she said, it's my turn. After she got finished swallowing the Prince of Pan-Africanism, she said, it's my turn. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, how do I get out of this? Because it ain't no way under God's heaven that King Kong consciousness face, nose, tongue, lips, ears, or hairline is going anywhere near that cootie cat. Brothers and sisters, listen. Brothers and sisters, listen. She told Pastor Bussy that I went down on her. I'm willing to take a lie detector test. I am willing to take a lie detector test, brothers and sisters. That woman smelled like a dead cow mixed with
I never said he was willing to take a lie
menstruated
detector
underwear
test.
that was found in a funky alleyway. I lie to you not. She is so acidic. Her universe is so acidic. She needs a baptism. She needs a deep cleanse. She needs an exorcism. I think she got demons living in that cave. I think she got demons living in that cave, brothers and sisters. And she thought that the world's most pleasant salad was going to go down on her. Oh no. My women got to be fresh and clean. My women got to smell like fresh peaches, fresh daffodils. My women got to smell like fresh roses. If you want these lips to ever touch your peach cobbler, if you want this tongue to ever massage your honeycomb hideout, you got to be clean. You got to be clean, and she need a deep cleanse. In fact, I'm going to treat her because I have an address. I know where she sleeps. I have Pastor Bussy's address. I know where he sleeps. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa because whatever she got in her,
Now, what's important? Umar didn't deny eating no pussy. He denied eating her stinky pussy. He didn't say, I won't eat no pussy. He said, I will eat the pussy, but not that the motherfucker stinky. He was really offended that she said he ate that pussy.
I'm like that though. I'm a person. I take on projects. Even the project I'm working on now is massive. One of my investors pulled me in. He said, "You have to get a think tank. You cannot do this on your own." Just the same way Umar is about this school. And I told him, you have to learn how to delegate responsibilities. You got to pass things off.
Open your school up first, bitch, and then you tell him what to do. Again, use a bossy motherfucker who ain't accomplished shit. Your job was to suck his dick, and you blew that because your pussy was stinking. And your next job was to take care of his mama, and you dropped her. As the super chat said, you got 5 twice. You got 5 for stinking pussy and for dropping his mama. Let it go.
You cannot take everything at your own. But I feel like my approach to things being
She wanted to be the stepmama so bad.
methodical, that would be the way to not get, knock things down, get things done. But you can't work with somebody who doesn't work in a
Now keep in mind, y'all, at this point, she'd have been on Lennon's show. This her 4th time. Lennon ain't even seen the goddamn picture of the inside of the house. He ain't seen how nasty the house is. He's just taking her word for it. At this point, she's actually, fuck it. She's never produced a picture of the inside of the house. On one instance, she said that she took some, and if it ever get bad enough between Umar, she'll release them. But then on the other one, she said she never took any pictures because his mama was in there and she wouldn't feel right. But if you hotlined and you called and shit, why wouldn't you have evidence for them? I'm just saying.
methodical approach. He jumps all over the place. He's chaos.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an agent for chaos. And I felt like if we could just start, any problem
Corny niggas get pussy too.
that he brought to me, I was like, we could fix it. We could fix it. We could fix it.
I think you've learned an important lesson, though.
No, you can't fix him. He needs professional help. I don't have the letters behind my name to help him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No.
Man, you need, help your pussy smell first, then help Umar.
I am getting a little feedback from your phone.
Oh, yeah, this might be because we're on a thing. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so what I like to do is there are some follow-up questions. I want to start asking you some of these follow-up questions. And if you're in the chat, if you have any follow-up questions from the first interview or even from anything that we've talked about here, you can ask inside the chat room. Okay.
Is the feedback better?
Let me see. Let me talk. I'm still hearing a little bit.
Oh man.
What you could do is you can call back in, and sometimes that'll correct the problem.
Okay, let me see too if I have the laptop really close. Is it better now?
Okay. Let me listen. Yeah, I'm still hearing it in the background.
Okay, I can call back in.
Yeah, give it a try.
She was swallowing.
Okay.
She was swallowing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Before she comes back in, I have the questions, and then I'll take any other questions inside the chat room. We have plenty of questions to cover here. I just want to reiterate that this is not an interrogation. All right.
See him going off on his chat for asking this crazy bitch questions. They asking her legitimate questions. We can't see the goddamn questions. I'm sure they are. Hold on. Let me see if his live chat is up. Let's see here. Unless he edited, the chat should still be up there. Oh, shit. Hey, I know I just saw a comment box before I did that. Right there. Oh, no, those are comments. So, yeah, oh, yeah, the chat gone. No more chat. Okay.
Some of y'all came in here thinking that it was going to be, and I'm going to tell you now, check yourself. Okay, just check yourself.
Check yourself for asking her normal questions like, why would you go back the same shit you asked? You asking questions like, hey, why would you feel like he needs saving? They ask questions like, why didn't you call anybody on? He getting on their ass. I get it though. You protect her guest, but she wasn't nobody worth protecting. This was a lying bitch. It seemed like she was in cahoots with the other loan shark lady. Notice I don't cuss the loan shark lady out because again, Lanea and I got history because she lied on me a long ass time ago, and my punk ass apologized, and she still came out here with the fuck shit. So fuck her. I ain't into her. I ain't invested. I don't be cussing Mary Ann like that. I don't cuss out like that.
Listen, it's just not necessary. All right. If you have a question, a legitimate question, type it in there. Okay, we don't have to disparage anyone, and we shouldn't.
Y'all sitting up there what the fuck? Y'all are disparaging Umar, but can't nobody disparage the bitch that's disparaging him. What kind of weird shit is that? Hey man, I know to know we ain't gonna disparage nobody. That's beyond the scope. It's beyond the scope. I know I could say he like fingers in his booty, but that's beyond the scope of you questioning this lady. She's a victim who volunteered to be victimized.
We shouldn't do that. Whatever you.
Hey man, that ain't gonna even hold y'all, Cookie Crush Chair. He punked y'all at that point. Y'all could not be individuals in that particular. I don't think y'all was being mean. If y'all can dish it to other people, his folks should be able to take it too.
Thing. No, real talk. I don't give a shit. Okay, it's about respect. Okay, if you have a story and you come up on here, you want to tell your story and do it courageously. You should.
Can't nobody question you. If you got a story, can't nobody question you. Because they were making questions and Sipnomics 101.
You'll be able to tell that story without people disrespecting you inside the chat room. And if anyone in here, if you can't deal with that, okay, you know what to do. Okay. On the other hand, if you have a legitimate question, type it in all caps. I'll put it in the document and I'll ask her. It's really that simple. All right. All right. I'm going to wait here for her to call back in. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. I didn't put a poll up. If there's a poll question that anyone thinks, I could, let me.
Man, shut your earthworm Jim looking ass up.
Inside the chat room, and I can put a poll question because I don't think I put a poll question up here. Let me.
It's entertainment, Lennon. It's entertainment. Don't get offended, nigga. You do look like earthworm Jim, though. But I ain't mad at you. It's just entertainment. Shit.
Check real quick.
Cookie Crush Chat don't come. Cookie Crush Chat don't come for me. Y'all let that nigga yell at y'all. He said he don't give a fuck. Don't come at me for pointing out. He punked y'all out. I didn't punk y'all out.
Yeah, and I just want to say this: women, it's not even a black woman issue; it's a woman issue. And it's not your responsibility to try to save somebody, some grown ass man who's 50, living in mama closet.
That's what you need to be telling Lene. She knew that, bruh. You ain't talking to no 20-year-old. You talking to a grown ass woman. So did Mr. Honors know? According to Mary Ann Loring, he knew. I don't know if he. You can hear him asking her questions like, "So why would you do that? And you felt like you needed to save him?" And she was like, "Yeah." So he realizes Umar didn't do anything. He just is like, Umar like to use people. Well, if they don't allow themselves to be used, he can't. So he knew like that this man didn't really do shit to her, but he got his reason for allowing her to speak up. The shit that happened to him years ago with him and Umar and Flacco and all of them. He just ain't let it go. I ain't saying he should, but he ain't let it go. And so he's able to allow shit like this and a fake ass chick to come on his platform because the hatred for Umar let him get sloppy.
That's not your responsibility. It's just too much. First of all, it's too much. The other thing is that you have to look at the situation for what it is. And in Umar's case, first of all, he doesn't want to get himself fixed. He doesn't want to fix his life. That's not what he wants. He wants to continue to get people to do things for him that he should be doing for himself. But women, that's not your job. That's not your job. I think there are women, they see men who are down and out and they feel like they can save them or they can help them, but it's more like he's like a lost boy. That's not it.
But Umar didn't ask her to do any of that shit though, sir. He just asked her to throw him a speech. And then they did. She clout chased off there. It could have ended there. She wanted to throw a boot camp. That didn't happen. She wanted to suck his dick. That did happen. She wanted to take care of his mama. He ain't asked for none of that, but your mama. All the other shit could have been cut out. He didn't need her to reach out to. You act like this nigga saw Lanea on IG and DM'd him. She reached out to him first. Like, when is her personal accountability gonna come in? Because her whole purpose of reaching out to this nigga was her son, and he never gave her any advice for her son. She shouldn't have fucked him in the first place unless she don't give a fuck about her son. And I'm not going to back off that position. How in the fuck do you have the main reason you reach out to this nigga is ignored, but then all of a sudden you throwing this nigga shows, you want to do boot camps, you're sucking his dick, you're taking care of his mama, you're selling his books, all this other weird shit. You willing to take in his goddamn daughter, you're giving him ideas to paint the FDMG door, but nothing for your son has been done. And then when the nigga press you on, well, he ain't do shit for your son, but my son got the best anyway, and my shit didn't even fucking work. So why the fuck did you reach out to him in the first place, bitch, unless you was trying to be a groupie?
You should, that it's just time that's wasted on something that's not deserving of your time. You can put that time towards something else, or you can put that time towards a man who's on.
I agree with that, Lennon, but if you're having to tell women over 40 that, they already lost, bro. They gone. It ain't shit you could do. You would do better speaking to the women that's Mia age and shit of that nature. But Mia wasn't even trying to change nothing in that nigga. She may be trying to see something in a nigga that's her age. But no, she saw Umar Johnson and she knew who the fuck Umar Johnson was, and she was like, I can fuck a famous nigga. And she did. Not a victim.
On your level and who's willing to work with you as you work together on that level. You see what I'm saying? That's not Umar. See, so this is just something to be careful about in male-female relationships. It's not your job to try to save someone.
You don't know anything about this man's personal goddamn relationship.
Or try to fix someone. That's just too much. And in Umar's case, I think it's actually impossible. Okay, just something for you for women to think about. Okay, Lanea is back. Let's get Lanea back on. Lanea, you there?
Yes, I'm here. You're gonna hear some booms.
Uh-oh.
I got a pyromaniac.
Oh, it's the fireworks.
Booms, but I think, is the static gone?
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Okay, I think it was a laptop.
Okay. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so
you think it was the laptop? You saying the laptop because you did say the laptop was closed, but I thought you meant the laptop was closed so you could get on it because you was on your phone. But whatever.
So there's questions in the chat room. Okay. Let me. One is from D That Is All, and thanks for the super chat too, D That Is All. The question is, did Umar ever talk about his third baby mama with you?
He never talked about the third baby mama. That was a shock.
Umar never talked about none of his baby mamas with this weird bitch.
I asked him, I sent you the text message about that too. I asked him if he had another baby mom, and he was like, huh? So.
Oh yeah, you did send me that.
Yeah. I love when people are like, she's lying. Like, don't receipts.
Yeah, and you have. That's the other thing. A lot of people don't. The only receipts is she has receipts that she fucked Umar. Those are her receipts that she talked to him, and that's good enough for her because she's like, y'all can't believe he fucked me. I fucked him. Your claim to fame in your 40s is fucking Umar Johnson, and now you're out here trying to take him down. I almost forget. It's day 3 since I said I was going to say it. Umar Johnson is still not in jail as a result of Lanea's federal investigation. Day 3. He's still on the run. But he ain't even on the run. He living his best life.
know what you sent me. Okay, so they're assuming too much. And again, if we have you on again, we'll go deeper and so forth and so on. But it's all good. Okay. Another question was, do you know if Umar has a team currently who helps him with his travel or event planning, donations, or a bank account manager?
No, it's a one-man band. He doesn't trust anybody. So that position I was in was real. I got there. I know people are going crazy about them text messages. That was a lot of gassing to get to that space.
Oh, you did DM her you did DM her the timestamps and shit. She did say she had a band. I seen the receipt where you sent it to her to say, "Hey, bitch, timestamp in her. Can I get my money?"
To try to get where I was, especially when I seen that he was unhealthy. When he was unhealthy, I was like, well, he's not Malcolm. Y'all don't know how hurtful it was to meet somebody that you thought you could have literally thought that this man is going down in the history books. He's going to be it. And then find out that he's not that guy.
She thought all of this off a Breakfast Club interview. And again, according to you, the first time y'all had sex, it wasn't cool. Now, I can understand you since it was 4 days, you trying to get a second chance and all that. But when a year goes past and y'all don't fuck no more, and then the next time you see him is when you taking care of his mama and the house is as filthy as you described, why go back 2 more times? They fucked in March of 2024. They didn't see each other again until she went out in January to take care of his mother. And then she went back in February to take care of his mother. And then she went in March to take care of his mother when she dropped his mother. And they didn't see each other anymore. They wasn't even fucking like that. She may have gotten the dick 4 times maximum. She damn near took care of his mama more than she fucked the nigga.
And then, so I felt like I could get in that space and I could help him be that guy. You know what I mean?
Trying to save him.
Yeah, it wasn't doable because that guy has also an ego that is bigger than his power.
And like she knew what it was. She even texted the man and she put it up on her community wall for everybody to see, where she said, "You must have thought a fat chick was gonna do anything for dick." She knew what the fuck it was. She knew exactly what Umar thought of her. And then my nigga Umar Johnson responded back, "What the fuck?" with the emoji. What the fuck? You crazy ass bitch. That's what you thought about yourself. But we supposed to be mad that you got low self-esteem and you try at your old age to fuck a nigga. Like, just come on, lady. He famous. Now, he would have fucked you, but you couldn't have thought he was going to be serious about you, ma'am. He 50, you 40. And he known to be hanging around bitches in their 20s and 30s. Like, come on, lady. You knew what the fuck it was. You probably can't even cook. You big as hell, but I don't think you can cook, though. You just look like one of them fat DoorDash ordering ass bitches.
Popularity. So he doesn't trust, when I tell, even when he was at Oxford and he's on live and he's got the camera in his crotches, I'm like, Jesus Christ, nobody else. Boosie's there. Nobody else is on live. Get on.
Watching the shit out this man. Boosie's there. He's not on live. Boosie ain't the motherfucking speaker. Again, you trying to tell a nigga who was a social media mogul how to do his social media.
Live.
Get off the line, but it's just the same bitch got on her community wall where she's reached out or somebody reached out to Oxford trying to get the debate so she could see how bad Umar sucked. But she was on his dick when he was doing the actual interview.
Hold yourself in some kind of decorum. He doesn't read the room. He asked me,
says the bitch who couldn't read the room with Umar Johnson,
about wearing something to when he was in Africa. I said, no, that's not your. He was going to something and I can't remember what it was, but I was like, that is not your space. Don't wear white. Don't draw attention to yourself because it's not your day.
That is not your space. I'm so sick of that bitch saying that word. She just uses space as a period at this point.
Mm-hmm. And he wore white anyway. It's not about if there's anybody else.
So you're upset that he wore what he wanted to. He didn't take your advice. Is that what we're hearing? Why is that bad that you told him not to wear white? That ain't your space. It ain't your day. And he wore white anyway. Like it be the stupidest shit that this bitch complained about. These are her gripes with this man. Not that he actually did anything to her. Not that he knocked her upside the head. These is her gripes.
Else in there wearing white. It's just a matter of etiquette and tact. He is lacking. And he doesn't trust. He's got to trust you in order to listen to you. And he does not trust anybody. Okay,
so he didn't listen to you because he didn't trust you. Get over it. And you just wanted to be his friend.
Yeah, that's the.
You thought you thought your old pussy ass was gonna be able to be the one to get him to open up.
He's paranoid. While you were doing.
You ain't black if you ain't paranoid, sir.
Dealing with Umar, well, let me backtrack just a little more context, because I think there are people who assume that you met Umar and for the first time, and then a month later you went to go take care of his mother. Okay, that's not an accurate representation of what took place. Can you just, for timeline's sake, and again, you also send me plenty of text messages, and you also talked about how you guys used to spend hours on the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
We can't prove hours on the phone, and she never sent any call logs of them being hours on the phone. It's amazing how Lennon said that, but then she also says we ain't talked that often. We mostly text on other interviews. We would spend hours on the phone talking about what, and you said you couldn't get no information out this nigga. He wouldn't open up with you. Was he holding the phone for hours?
Yeah.
So it wasn't it wasn't like you talked that first day when he came out, and then he said, "Listen, I need help with my mother," and, blah blah blah, and then the next week you fly out. That's not what happened, right?
No.
Okay.
So,
how much time passed, would you say?
I met him.
All right, hold on. Let me see here. What do I have set up for us to go out, the go home video? I'm finna milk this goddamn content. Yeah, I'm milking this. I'm stopping there. I'm gonna milk this and get my clips. I'll be back in the morning. We got 5 hours worth of this shit. He ain't took it down. He apparently wants me to review it. I'm at the hour and 6 minute mark. And if she up here the whole 5 hours, which she is, we gonna go through this whole goddamn video. Yep. Sure are. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Until the next episode, little channel, big voice. I'm out.
Low key, niggas hating but they don't want no beef. Steak gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat.